We are here exploring our New York State American viticultural areas, or AVAs, and now we are talking about the Finger Lakes AVA. The Finger Lakes is perhaps one of the most recognized AVAs in New York State, known for its premium Vitis vinifera viticulture. The AVA is made up of 11 glacially carved finger-like lakes, and the AVA comprises all 11. Viticulture, however, is concentrated around the 3 central lakes, with Seneca at the center. Seneca Lake is the deepest of the Finger Lakes and also the largest by volume. To the east, you have Cayuga Lake, also a sub-AVA, along with Seneca. To the west, you have Cayuga Lake and Canandaigua Lake. And here, you will find the majority of your viticulture. Viticulture here is possible due to the moderating effects of the lakes, particularly with Seneca. Its depth and size means that the lake doesn't freeze over, creating a temperature moderating benefit during both the winters and the summers. Warmer temperatures in the winter, cooler temperatures in the summer for the surrounding vineyards. The Finger Lakes AVA boasts over 10,000 acres under vine of native, hybrid, and Vitis vinifera grape varieties. Riesling clearly takes center stage. However, Chardonnay, Cabernet Franc, Pinot Noir, Gewürztraminer, and more are also quite popular. The average growing season in the Finger Lakes is 195 days. While it is categorized as a cool climate, we don't have any problem ripening our fruit. It's a compact growing season, but a productive growing season. We have cold winters, we have hot summers. Our cool climate moniker is largely defined by those winters. Aspect, elevation, slope, and soil type all create a complex tapestry of diverse vineyard sites throughout the region. The Finger Lakes has a rich history of viticulture, and that has been marked by quality sparkling wine production from the very beginning. We're talking going back to the 1800s, where our sparkling wines were celebrated the world over. We're starting now our flight with a sparkling wine. This is the Brut Rosé from Empire Estate. Empire Estate is marrying that rich history of sparkling wine production with our current modern celebrated era defined by the reign of Riesling. Beautiful aromatics on the nose. That little bit of Pinot Noir really does a good job of adding red fruit characteristic to the nose. You can tell that we're going to have some brilliant acidity developed by our cool climate here. This is a traditional method sparkling wine, and the mousse is the bubbles. And the bubbles are quite palate coating. Gets every kind of inch of your palate, which is really nice. Flavor-wise, we have strawberries and cream. We have bright stone fruits. We have a bit of ripe peach. The Finger Lakes signature mineral underpinning is there throughout. We have a really long finish here. It just keeps going. You're salivating, and this is a true crowd-pleasing wine. It's going to be ready for you from aperitivo all the way through your dessert. We're talking about Finger Lakes. We have to talk about Riesling. Riesling is the widest planted Vitis vinifera grape in New York State, and that is largely because of its concentration in the Finger Lakes. Our next wine is the Silver Thread Doyle Fournier Vineyard Riesling. This is a historic vineyard planted in the 1970s by Charles Fournier, who was one of the founding fathers of the modern Finger Lakes industry. I chose a single vineyard wine to showcase because it is kind of the next frontier for how we push the envelope of Riesling production in the Finger Lakes, is really digging into our terroir, pun intended, looking at our microclimates, our mesoclimates, and our specific vineyard characteristics. A single vineyard bottling like this really is the best way to showcase true Finger Lakes terroir. Gorgeous nose on this. Gosh, really floral. Honeysuckle. There's tropical fruit here, lychee, and a bit of rose water. Ooh, medium dry on the palate. I think that residual sugar goes a long way to balance with the intense acidity that we get from this naturally acidic grape. There's also a savory mineral quality through it. It's not a heavy wine. I mean, our alcohol is 11.2%, which is just really in balance across the whole wine holistically. I'm really impressed by this wine. A beautiful site-specific example of Finger Lakes Riesling. Next up in our Finger Lakes AVA flight is the Anthony Road Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc is the leading red grape variety for the Finger Lakes region and potentially for the entirety of New York State. It really does a wonderful job of uniting our major regions with a through line of a single variety. Cabernet Franc is the major red player for the Finger Lakes, and while there is some Cabernet Sauvignon planted in the region, that's the blending grape, and so we kind of flipped the script thanks to our cool climate. The Cabernet Franc does a wonderful job of showcasing the wonderful minerality that Finger Lakes wines have as a signature. Let's dig in. Right off the bat, I can tell that this is a true cool climate Cabernet Franc. You have that just bit of graphite minerality there, that dark stone minerality, and just a touch of capsicum on the nose, a bit of that green bell pepper. You're working with cool red fruits, very fresh, very clean, a lot of dark cherry, a lot of ripe strawberry, raspberry notes, and that green quality, that green bell pepper is a through line, a little underpinning there that gives this wine just immense pairing potential. The more I'm tasting, the more depth I'm getting in the fruit. I'm getting darker qualities as well, darker fruit characteristics, black cherry, right? Perhaps a bit of cola. The finish is long, the finish is lifted, the finish is tart, and so I'm salivating and I'm ready for more. We are wrapping up our Finger Lakes flight with a very unique grape with Saperavi. Saperavi is native to the country of Georgia. Anyone who says that the Finger Lakes can't do a bold red has not had Finger Lakes Saperavi. Saperavi has a long-standing history with the Finger Lakes. It was one of the original European grape varieties brought over by Dr. Constantine Frank, and has found its way into small pockets of the Finger Lakes production. And this one is from Standing Stone. It's one of the kind of original and largest parcels of Saperavi in the Finger Lakes. And I mean, just look at that color. I mean, if you are a dark wine fan, then this is the wine for you. Saperavi is a tenturier grape, meaning that the pulp and juice of the grape has pigment, whereas most of it is vinifera varieties. The pigment is found exclusively in the skins of the grapes, and so you're always going to get this wonderful dark inky color. There's a lot to play with this grape, including fully fledged red wines like this, but also we can have rosés of Saperavi. You can have sparkling wines made in Lambrusco style. You can really just have fun with it. It's whether you oak it or unoak it, there's a lot of potential. Depth, black fruit, spice, weight, I mean, everything is there on the nose. It's a serious red wine. It's got some wonderful tannins, really, really wonderful grip on the palate. This is a wine for big proteins. This is a wine for steak. This is a wine for lamb. I'd also want this with some barbecue pork. I think that could be a lot of fun. Cassis, blackberry, bramble fruit, cool stones. I mean, this is dark black slate. I feel like I don't know if the vineyard is planted on dark black slate, but that's what I'm picturing in my mind as I taste this wine. There's a lovely floral character to the wine. We're getting crushed violets and gosh, licorice from it. There's a lot of complexity here. Saperavi grown on the east side of Seneca Lake at Standing Stone Vineyards. It's not the only Georgian variety that you'll find in the Finger Lakes. You'll also find Arcatzatelli, traditionally made in Georgia as an amber wine, and we're seeing a lot more experimentation with that variety as well.